hot with another installment of sports card data research to help you with your sports card investments. Yeah. Today we're going to look at the top 10 basketball cards graded in the PSA 10 that have sold the most in the last 7 days. So there's been more sales of these 10 basketball cards than any other basketball cards around. Pretty interesting what we found. You're going to really want to see this till the end. First of all, I want to remind you of the Sports Card Society, where almost every day I send an exclusive sports card investment video outlining an individual sports card investment or a really good tip that I am doing or a card that I am buying, as well as the research and the exit strategy and everything included in the video. For instance, one card that I was buying that I told my members about was back in early December. We were buying the select PSA 10 Damian Lillard. We were getting it for around $550. A month later, this card sold. Latest one sold for $750. That one may have sold for more, but best offer stepped down at $750. So $200 in a month, not bad. Recommended the Nikola Jokic. Latest one sold for $950. Recommended it back in late October, early November. We were getting it for about $350, a pretty good return there. A lot of good stuff going on. Plus, members of the society get a discounted PSA. I don't know why my words are fumbling today. I just kind of got up. Maybe that is why. But anyways, I want to bring this stuff to you. Anyways, members of the society also get a discounted PSA grading. We hook them up with 20-day PSA grading for just $25. If you go on the PSA website, you'll see that PSA offers 25-day grading for $50. So it's kind of a no-brainer. 20-day grading for $25 or 25-day grading for $50. I mean, pretty easy choice there. Plus, members are able to actually message me on Instagram, and I actually respond and stuff like that. So a lot of good benefits to being in the society. And I'm going to be starting a private group soon so all the members can talk amongst each other. All right, that's what it is. Link is in the description, sportscardsociety.com. It's only $9.99 a month. Cancel any time. All right, let's dive into it. Please give this video a like. Please give this video a subscription, because you want to get alerted of the hotness when it comes out. And like, I really appreciate that. And it helps the YouTube algorithm for me. Helps me get YouTube fame. That's not a thing. Yeah, I wouldn't want fame. That seems like that would be terrible, kind of, to actually have fame. Your privacy would be completely gone. I don't know, maybe you get a bunch of money, but I don't know, privacy, you can make money a lot of ways, like in sports cards. Anyways, let's dive into it. So today I'm in the Market Movers tool. This is one of the most important research tools I use by far. Not even one of, it is the most important research tool I use when finding potentially profitable sports card investments, no doubt about it, because I'm able to do stuff like this. There's all kinds of stuff I can do, but I can just pull up, I'd like to look up the sport of basketball in all the PSA 10s in the last 7 days, or 14 or 90 or whatever, and there's all kinds of things to do. Look up individual players. I can look up entire card sets. I can look up all the different sports. I can look up, there's so much. It brings all this data right to my face so that I can make informed decisions about what to buy and when to sell. So anyways, let's dive into this. I'll leave a link for this in the description too for the Market Movers tool. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off. It'll be 20% off your first month or your first year, depending on which description or subscription you choose. I highly recommend getting the year because you get by far the most money off that way. And if you're at all serious about sports card investing, you're going to want to have something like this long term, no doubt about it. And I recommend getting the full version, not the light version. They're both good, but I use the full version. All right, let's dive in. The number one selling basketball card graded in the PSA 10, the card that has had the highest number of sales in the past 7 days, is Zion Williamson 2019 Prism Base PSA 10. And I'll just click. Looks like it's gone up a total of 1.9% in the last 7 days. So not a whole lot of change there, especially since this card's going for over $700. But when I was looking at it last week, it was in the low sevens, so it's going up a little bit. That's something. We get kind of spoiled in the sports card market, because we're like, if it didn't go up 30% in like a minute, we're not interested. Like, 2% a week? Like, if it can maintain that, not that it will, because these cards go up and down all the time. It's in season, off season, all that. But, 2%, like, that's people don't get like 2% on a lot of investments they make. Way more than the bank pays you. But a week, 2% a week, like that's a lot if you extrapolate that over a year. If it were to go that way. Anyways, just saying. All right, I'm going to click this button. I'm going to pull up his whole entire chart for this card. Bada bing, bada boom. And I can go in here. I could just change up the dates. I could click multiple players if I want, multiple sets, multiple variations, multiple grades. But it just gets to look at a lot on the chart when you pull up that many. But I commonly pull up multiple to compare. Like here, I might pull up the PSA 10 to the PSA 9. I'm not going to do that right now, but I just want to look at this card. You can see that see how valuable this is, by the way. Like, look at this. I can just look at that. I can just pull up this chart, and it tells me instantly what it's done over the last 3 months, all these data points. So obviously here it was at 725, and then it had this big ass spike at the start of the season, going up to almost 1,000. I think it probably did sell for damn near 1,000. Then it went down, because Zion's looked good, but he hasn't had like a 30-point triple double 10 times yet. Like that's the kind of hype that was behind him. So I wasn't buying him much. I was selling him. I was selling him up here for sure. But that's that card. Let's compare his 9 real quick. Let's see what his 9's doing. Because another thing that I look at is ratios. So what I mean by ratios is, what is the PSA 10 going for compared to the 9? What is the ratio? Is the 10 going for 3 times more, 4 times more, 5 times more? Because the PSA 9 in these modern cards should be going for about a third of the 10. And when you find a PSA 9 going for way less than a third, maybe it's going for a fifth or a sixth, then it's a good buy, because odds are it's a good buy because it's going to catch up to the 10. It just hasn't caught up yet. Because you got to think about it's people. They're buying the 10. They're like, boy, do I want to spend $1,000 on the 10, or maybe I just spend $200 on the 9? You know what I mean? So in that case, that would be, the 10 would be 5 times more. And that's when the market looks at it and goes, hey, I think I'm just going to buy a 9. It seems like a better deal. That's exactly what happens. And I can just click this ratios tab here in market movers and see it's about right, about a third. I'd say about 3 to 3.5 times is where these cards normally end up. But if you see it getting to like 4.5, 5, or if you see this number get to like 2 or less, that means typically I'll look at the 10. I'm like, hey, why is the 10 only twice as much as the 9? That seems like the 10 is undervalued to me. All right. So it's just really important. That's why one of the reasons it's so valuable to have a tool like this. Again, links in the description. Code SOCIETY for 20% off. All right, next card. We're going to go over 10 of these. I'm going to speed it up a bit, though. Kobe White. Looks like he's down over the last 7 days. Let's pull up his chart real quick, see what that's looked like over the past 3 months. Yep, so he had a nice spike here to start the season. Got up to pushing 300. Before that was down here went up about $100, basically what happened. And then he had a dip, and then he had some good games. And he went up to 222, and now he's back down again. So Kobe White is not someone that I am buying. Number 3, Luka Doncic. Ooh, check this out. Interesting. And he's down. Did you see that? Down 6, was it 6%? Yeah, 6.1%. Interesting. This is his main rookie card, his Prism Base PSA 10, boy. Look at that. Shoot it, Luka. Shoot it. Shoot it, Luka. Why am I laughing at that? Why did I even say anything about that? All right. So his cards, he kind of leads the modern day market. Like whatever his cards are doing are really an indicator of what the market is doing as a whole. Seriously. And so he's a really important one to look at. So this is a chart that I look at very often, this card in particular, and his silver, his Prism Silver. So he got up to 16 there, and he worked his way up to about almost 19, and he worked his way up to pretty much 2,000, and now it's been going down. What date was that? Christmas. Okay, that makes sense, beginning of the season. And then he's been going down ever since. So to me, this is a card I might be buying because it's Luka. Like it's Luka. And there's a lot of season left. And I think, let's look up, where are the NBA rankings, right? Where are the Mavs? NBA, jeez, rankings, let's pull it up quick. NBA rankings, goodness. The West. Mavericks are sitting at number 6, and Porzingis just came back. So I can see them moving up here. So they'll be in the playoffs. I am pretty positive about that. And that's a really good sign for his cards and Porzingis, because I mean this might go down a little more. I'm gonna really keep a close eye on this, and I might be buying it. If it gets down low enough, I'm gonna buy it. All right. Number 4, Ja Morant. His Prism base PSA 10, that's went up 1.9%. Him and Zion kind of roll together, kind of, is what I've noticed. Kind of. That's about the same chart look like for Zion. Although, I mean, what did he get up to here? 780. So he's went down to 670, but he hasn't went down as much as Zion in this time period. Zion's, to me, looked like he went down more. But look at that population count, 12,498 of these. Goodness. I just have a hard time investing in cards like this. I mean, that Luka was like 15,000. I don't know. I don't know if that's a big number or not going forward. All right, next, Trae Young. That makes sense. A lot of these guys make sense. Kobe White's the only one that kind of surprised me a bit here. Again, look, Zion's has 114 sales of this card in the last 7 days. So what is that? That's, 10, I don't know, 15 a day, something like that. Kobe White, that's over 10 a day. Luka, 10 a day, 10 a day for Ja. Trae, I don't know, whatever it is, 9 a day maybe. Anyways, I'm like, shoot, I kind of gave a little peeksy there, the next one. All right, Trae. He's up 0.5%, so he's been kind of flat this week. Let's see here. I'm really waiting for him to have a big pop-off game, like a 40-pointer. He's had some 30-pointers, but he hasn't had like a 40-pointer yet. When he has one of those, his cards are going to go pop for a minute anyways. And hopefully they go on a really good run, is what I'm hoping. Because I got a good number of Trae cards, and I haven't really sold any. Not that I'm in any hurry to, because he's someone that I kind of really believe in longer term. Same thing with Luka. Same thing with Ja. If Zion gets down low enough, I'll buy him. But his hype has just been too high, and it just never gave up. But anyway, so that's what that chart's been doing. So he's kind of down. There's a lot of down really going in the past week or two since the season started. LeBron, now this is the biggest gainer we've seen, 6.9%. 55 sales, going for about a Hano 2019 Prism Base PSA 10. This isn't a card that I would probably be buying anyways. I don't know if I'd be buying. I have some of these cards, but I wouldn't. I got caught up in the hype last year, or this summer, on this one. I didn't like spend a ton on it or anything like that. But see, you can just see how it's just been overall going down. There's never really an up. Like, this is a card that's just been going down, really. So that's not a card that I'm interested in. And I can tell that right away because I have this market movers tool. Link in description. Use code Society, 20% off. We got another Zion card. 2019 Mosaic. That's down 7.7%. I've been softening on Mosaic as a set. I really liked it for a while, but because I've been looking at these charts, Mosaic has been, it's not as steady as I'd hoped. I thought it'd be kind of there with Optic and Select, but it's fallen to a definite 4th place. Prism 1, I'd say Select 2, Optic 3, and Mosaic 4. And I don't even know if Mosaic's going to hold that 4 spot. So Mosaic cards are, boy, they have not looked solid. I mean, and I know that because I can look at these charts. It got up to a high of 253, and now it's down to 153. You can get a Zion Williamson PSA 10 with a much lower pop count than his Prism for $150. Doesn't that seem crazy to you? This card raw at one point was going for a ton. Let's compare. No. I want to stick with that. I want to change the date. I want to go back and see how much this thing's really was really done. Let's go back to when things really got crazy. Let's go back here. Again, link for the Mark Movers tool in description. Use code Society, 20% off. So it was definitely at an all-time high of $430 back in the bubble time, and it's done nothing but go down a ton. Like, it hasn't even got close to coming back up to this. Where the other cards, like the Optic, the Prism, the Select, have all come back up to around their highs. I could pull that up for you quick if you want. I'll do that for you because you probably want that. I'll do that real quick. I'll just pull up his Prism and his Select. Let's pull them up. I'm so excited to watch the Tom Brady Drew Brees matchup. This is an epic matchup today. Unbelievable. Like, two of the all-time massive greats, and this is the first time they've ever met each other in the playoffs, I believe, because Tom's always been in the AFC and Drew's always been in the NFC, and they've never met each other in the Super Bowl because the one time Drew went to the Super Bowl, he won it, and that was against the Colts. So that was Peyton, epic Super Bowl there. Really thought Peyton was going to win that year because they had an undefeated season until they went 14-0. The Colts did, I believe, that year, and then they got sat. I think it was that year. Anyways, I don't know. Colts were the favorite. I know that much. So as you can see, like, look at these charts. Going back all that time, back to June 1st. These ones, like his Prism here, it got up higher than it did in the bubble, which is definitely not what the Mosaic did. In the Select, what do we got? 386. What's this little blip up here? 400. So it's gotten to the same height, if not a little bit higher, in season here than it did in the bubble. But the Mosaic didn't even come close. So Mosaic, I don't know, man. I think I'm selling Mosaic. I'm not buying any, that's for sure. Next card, Luka. Prism base PSA 10 is 2019, down 4.2%. So this is second year card. That makes sense. When a player's first year Prism gets up that high, pushing $2,000, now it's at $1,500. People start reaching for that second year, but I don't know if I'm sold on that for him yet. Sure, Kobe, I'll do that. LeBron, I'll do that. But Luka's too young, and there's just too many of these damn cards for me to be buying these second years like this. And as you can see on the chart, it's been slightly going on down, as you can tell by the dotted line, over the course of the last 3 months, and there's nothing there showing me that I want to buy that card. Next, Tyler Hero. He's been going up, huh? 16%. This is his rookie. Ooh, baby. Where's the Hero? Not as much noise been made about him this year. He's made that big splash in the playoffs, which made him go nuts. Okay. So he was at a high 348 for his Prism. He hasn't done enough to make me want to buy his Prism. Went down to 234 a week ago. But, okay, that was literally a week ago. 7 days ago. Down at 234, and it has risen. I think it's risen up to 302. Okay. Let's take a look at him on eBay. I'm going to click this button. Go to eBay real quick on this nice refined search up here. I'll include some of these links to these cards that I think are actually good buys. I'll include links to them in the description with these nice refined searches, so you can just click a button and get this nice refined search. And you also just got to get the Market Movers tool and be able to do this. Let's see what is for sale right now. Sometimes eBay hates me here on my browser, so hopefully, yeah, see, it did it right there. All right, so $395, now you guys are 300, so that's about 340, 289. Okay, and you can make these guys an offer too. Come in here, because a lot of them are floating around here. So you come in here and make these guys an offer. I bet you could get this card for around $250 if you wanted to. I bet you could. $299. I bet you could. And if you want to save sales tax, have it get sent to your PWCC vault. Go to pwccmarketplace.com and create an account. You'll get a vault, and they'll give you a vault address for you. And so when you buy a card, when I buy cards of $300 or more, that's where I send them, because they're in Oregon, and so it's an Oregon address, and Oregon has 0% sales tax, has no sales tax. So you can buy this card for what the real price is instead of an extra $30 on top of it. Okay, I'm done with Tyler Hero. If you believe in Tyler Hero, go ahead, buy it. Although, I don't know. Right now he's kind of up. Zion Williamson Hoops base. Zion's on this list, 3 times. So Zion is a very heavily traded card with 42 sales. It's gone down about 10%. Let's chart this one real quick. Oh, buddy. Okay. I mean, that chart's very up and down, up and down, up and up. But overall, you can see what's going on. You can see that he's in a dip, and he's back here around this. And so you wonder, when's he going to get back up to here? I feel confident. Let's take a little bit further look. Let's go back to the bubble. And see how these compare. But the hoops, like the mosaic, not as bad as the mosaic, but has not gotten back up to those bubble highs. Bubble high. You ever see the movie Empire? Is it called Empire Records? Damn, what was it? It was in the 90s. And there was this song they sang at the end called Sugar High. I thought that was kind of good. Leave a comment if you know what that movie was. Sugar High. There's all these teenagers working in a record store, really. Yeah, but this card didn't really get back up there. Have you been buying Zion? Leave a comment about that too. What do you think about what you've seen here? I think that's the last one I've got for you. So those were the top 10 highest number of sale cards, NBA cards, in the last 7 days, in the last week. And there's a lot. Look at this. How many cards went up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one, that was meaningful, and that was meaningful. But these other ones barely went up. They basically stayed flat, and these other ones just bled. Like, that's, ouch. Doesn't feel good. Ouchie. That stings. So there's some bleeding going on in the NBA market by the looks of it. So be very careful about what you buy. Again, I really recommend having a tool like this, Market Movers. Link in description. Use code Society, 20% off. Recommend getting the year. Recommend getting the full version. That's what I have. And look into this stuff before you buy. Don't just dive in. Everything's not just on this going up pattern right now. You got to be careful what you're buying. Although, if you're seeing these low and you think these are going to go back up, maybe it's a good time to buy. But that's for your decision to make. I analyze this stuff deeper and I share it with my Sports Card Society. That link's in the description too. SportsCardSociety.com. It's only $9.99 a month. You get discount, and we hook you up with discount PSA grading. All right, so I think that's what I got for you today. I'm gonna wrap this up. Stay classy. You're awesome.